So a remake for Assassin's Creed Black Flag is indeed happening, and we have all of the details. According to a brand new report, the AC Black Flag remake is real, and it's not just going to be a normal visual upgrade. It's apparently going to be way more than that. We also have details about a release date as early as this year. We have a lot to cover, guys, so check the video chapters for easy viewing, and let's dive in. So before we dive into the brand new information, let's go ahead and set the stage. As you guys know, there's been an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake that's been subject to various rumors and reports, but hasn't been officially confirmed by Ubisoft. But yeah, there's been a number of reports suggesting that codename Obsidian, which is the Black Flag remake, has been in development since September of 2023, and it's currently being developed by Ubisoft Singapore, who's known for working on Skull and Bones, which that project took forever. And let's be honest, I don't know if that bodes well for the future of the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, but I'll just go ahead and let you guys be the judge of that. Now, for the longest time, we knew that the Assassin's Creed series would get some sort of remaster or remake, and we weren't exactly sure whether or not codename Obsidian would be a remaster or if it would be a full from the ground up remake. But according to a brand new report, we might have those details. So diving into the report from MP first, they said Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake will be more than just a visual upgrade, new systems mentioned. So they went on to say, last year we reported on how Ubisoft confirmed that they're working on multiple Assassin's Creed remakes. One of these remakes is said to be Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And then they said, while the publisher has not officially announced the title, it seems the rumor is real and we have the first info about it. They then said, based on the information we've collected, this will be more than just a visual upgrade. Gameplay mechanics and elements have also been upgraded. They then went on to say that last year, Ubisoft CEO wrote a lengthy blog post detailing the company's upcoming portfolio and the future of the Assassin's Creed franchise. One of the comments that stood out was that fans could look forward to remakes that would allow players to revisit past locations with a modernized touch. To which the CEO said this, and I quote, "Firstly, players can be excited about remakes, which will allow us to revisit some of the games we've created in the past and modernize them. There are also worlds in some of our older Assassin's Creed games that are still extremely rich. Secondly, to answer your question, there will be plenty of experience variety. The goal is to have Assassin's Creed games come out more regularly, but not for it to be the same experience every year. There are a lot of good things to come, including Assassin's Creed Hex, which we have announced, which is going to be a very different game from Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're going to surprise people, I think." Jumping back to the MP First report, they said this, "Well, it seems one of those remakes, plural as he put it, happens to be the 2013 Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and we've seen and heard plenty of rumors about the title's potential, which are probably true, but if you need official confirmation, look no further. The title has appeared on one of the game designer's online profiles. Of note, this is the same developer that accidentally confirmed the existence of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake." And then the report shows this screenshot right here. We have the virtuoso game designer that says they're working on the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake from 2023 to 2024. And then as of 2024 to the current date, they're working on an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. Continuing on, the report said, to no one's surprise, the Black Flag remake is being built on the upgraded Anvil Engine, and the studio has used this engine for the franchise since the first Assassin's Creed game, and upcoming games in the Assassin's Creed series are also using it. But this right here is where things get interesting. They said, now for the juicy bits of information. As listed in the project's description, the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake will feature new systems, with combat and ecosystems around wildlife specifically mentioned. They also mentioned that the team is hoping that these new systems will make the classic an outstanding game to rebirth as the next-gen AAA game. The MP First report then went on to mention Tom Henderson's exclusive article, where they mentioned the actual release timeline for the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. To which Insider Gaming mentioned that the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, codename Obsidian, was set to be released around November of 2025, which would be around the same time that the series multiplayer offering, codename Invictus, was set to be released. But apparently the November 2025 release date was prior to Assassin's Creed Shadows being delayed the first time, and now that we know Assassin's Creed Shadows got delayed again, it's hard saying when the exact release date will be, but we'll talk more about release date in just a bit. So now that we know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is getting a remake rather than a remaster, what can we expect? Well, there's actually a lot of things. First and foremost, we have enhanced visuals that we can expect. With them remaking the game from the ground up, expect a significant overhaul in terms of the overall graphics, higher resolution textures, better lighting, shadow effects, upgraded physics, most likely ray tracing will be in there as well, detailed characters, better NPCs, upgraded AI. At least I hope we get upgraded AI. I'm sure we will, but who knows. I think overall the game will just be a more visually appealing and immersive experience. Like, one thing that I will say Skull and Bones did right was just the overall graphics, especially with the ocean and the ships themselves. Like, the game was pretty detailed on the ships, and just once you're on the ocean, like, it is a visually appealing game. The islands looked good as well. So if there's one thing that I'm not really worried about Assassin's Creed Black Black Flag, it is the graphics and just the overall vibe. I think they're going to get it right. Like if you look at Skull and Bones, like it looks really good. Gameplay wise, not so much. Now in terms of the other upgrades and just system enhancements that we can expect, first and foremost, we have the naval combat, which that right there is another thing that I thought Skull and Bones did a fine job with, and that is the naval warfare. I could definitely see them expanding on the naval combat system for the Black Flag remake, involving more dynamic weather conditions that affect the ship and the handling. There will probably be a lot more diverse ship types with different combat abilities, while also overhauling the AI for the enemy ships to make the battles more challenging as well as just overall rewarding. Another thing that I think we could expect is the overall ship customization and upgrades, and I'm not talking just the aesthetics but also the functionality. Next up, we have the stealth and parkour. This was one of the parts that I really didn't like about the original Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They definitely have to just make the stealth and parkour a lot better, make them less clunky and just more fluid just in general, introduce new stealth mechanics and tools and abilities, and the parkour has to be updated as well. Like one thing that I will say with Assassin's Creed Shadows is it looks like they're focusing more on parkour, so take some of those mechanics and just make the parkour in Assassin's Creed Black Flag way better, or at least up to standards. Another thing that I would love to see is just the overall open world for Assassin's Creed Black Flag just be expanded more. Make it so that the oceans are a lot bigger, but also the islands are just as big, if not bigger as well. Also adding more dynamic events would be a really big change, and just make Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake the ultimate pirate game. Like Black Flag is already one of the best pirate games out, but they really have the opportunity to make this the definitive pirate game. So the next thing that we can expect in terms of just the overall quality of life improvements is a UI upgrade, something that's more modernized, make it so that the mission objectives are clearer, and better map functionality to make it so it's easier to navigate the vast open world, especially if it will be a larger open world. I think another thing that could be adjusted and just made better is just the overall pacing of the narrative, and also reworking some of the less engaging mission types like the tailing missions, like the required stealth tailing missions. I never want to do another one of those ever again, so please just make it better. This brings us to the technical enhancements and just overall improvements. So for starters, we have a 60 FPS mode, which is guaranteed. Like we have to have that. If you boot up Assassin's Creed Black Flag right now, you're going to have a pretty bad experience. Like you're going to have to mod the game on PC for it to be somewhat playable. There's also a lot of bugs that the original game had that I think that they could definitely fix for the next game, especially since it's going to be like a full-on remake. They have the opportunity to make sure that the game doesn't have as many audio glitches, save file issues, or just overall combat mechanics that didn't function as well as they should have. They really have the opportunity to just improve on every aspect that the original game kind of fell short with. Like already Assassin's Creed Black Flag is one of the best Assassin's Creed games we've ever had, and a remake of that game really has the opportunity to bring in an entirely new audience to the game, introduce people to the Assassin's Creed series that might have not played it before. And if Assassin's Creed Shadows is a success, then this could potentially be the next step in kind of reviving the AC franchise and, you know, kind of saving Ubisoft as well. So this brings us back to the release date. As you guys know, according to MP First, as well as Insider Gaming, the expected release date is sometime in November of 2025. At least that's what it initially was. Recently, we had another delay for Assassin's Creed Shadows that pushed the game back a month, which that game is now releasing in March of this year. So what does that mean for the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake? Well, given that they're going to be releasing a lot more games in the Assassin's Creed series over the next like 5 to 10 years, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they were able to release the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake still this year. But if that ends up not happening and we don't get Black Flag remake in November, then I would say our best bet would be a first half of 2026 for the release date. Like I said, I still think that a 2025 release date could happen, but that might be a little bit too soon as well. Like you've got Assassin's Creed Shadows that is releasing this year in March, and then you're potentially going to release another remake with Assassin's Creed Black Flag in November, which that might hurt your holiday sales for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like that would be a little bit weird if they did that. I don't know, there's something about them releasing 2 Assassin's Creed games in 1 year that's just a little bit off to me, but maybe that's the future. Maybe we get a mainline game and then a remake in the same year going forward, kind of like the Pokemon strat. But that's going to wrap it up today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Are you excited for an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake? Do you think Ubisoft could pull it off? Let me know down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe with your notifications turned on, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.